Hello everyone, welcome to Moe's CD Culture Show and Tell. And on today's episode, I want to talk about one of my top three favorite singers of all time. And when I discovered this artist, I don't know, it's a bit of a story. But anyway, I'll get to that. It is Suzanne Vega, as you've seen in the description. And before I begin, I just want to say that when I go through some of these CD culture things, I may not have the complete discography of the artist I'm featuring. I may only have a portion of the artist, so I may not always have a complete set of everything. I do have like pretty much like 99% of everything of a collection. Like there's a few collections I know that I have like 20 to 30 albums in the collection, but I'm still missing that one or a couple of the rare stuff that's hard to get. But I try to get all the essentials first. So what I do show you is the essentials. And of course I'm talking about Suzanne Vega today. But in particular, these two albums, the first two albums she released, her self-titled album, and then Solitude Standing. Now, what makes these two special, and just to show you also, I also have a couple of other ones in the collection that I really enjoy, which is Days of Open Hand, which is a really great album. I still love it. I particularly like the song The Room Off the Street. That's my favorite tune off of this. Everybody remembers Suzanne Vega from her video Aluka, and that was the first video I had ever seen of Suzanne Vega. That's on Solitude Standing. But they had Tom's Diner on that too, the very first track, and then DNA. This kind of hip hop kind of group took samples from that and made a kind of a new upper tempo hip hop version of it. And from that, it became so successful that Suzanne Vega, after these first two albums, switched gears and had kind of done this. Well, Days of Open Hand and this is a little bit more radio friendly and popish. Me, for this one, is Blood Makes Noise and 99 Fahrenheit Degrees. The two video songs for this. I really love those songs. They have such a cool sound to them, and they're more hip and not as folk pop. These are much more acoustic and folkish, and I really want to get into this. And plus, I only have the 5 albums. I also have 9 Objects of Desire, which is also a great album, but that's all I have in the collection so far for now. I do want to get more, but yeah, these are the 5 that I have. But it's the first 2 I really want to talk about, because what makes these special, and again, you wouldn't get this really from having it on a digital copy on the internet. You need the physical copy to have these to really appreciate the beauty of what these represent. These are the only 2 CDs that I have that are like this. I don't have anything else in my collection. First of all, and I will get to it, is that if you look at it carefully, look how thin that is. What it is, it's a CD, okay, compact disc, but it's the LP, the album, and even on the original LP, when you turn over, it was upside down, because usually LPs you turn it over like that, and it'd be the right side up, but not this. This one here, for some reason, it was upside down. Well, anyway, but it's a miniature version of the LP. When you open it up, okay, it's this is the little tag that came on the side of it, but I kept it because it has some information on it. You open it up, it's like a record sleeve, a tiny version of a record sleeve with all the lyrics on it, exactly the same as the LP, you know, with all the lyrics, like the exact same, you know, for both. And when you open it up, okay, and this is the only, and again, I don't have any other CDs like these. First, you look at this side, it looks like the record. It's exactly a version of the record. You can even see the grooves like a real record. I wonder if you actually, I would never do that because they would ruin it. It would ruin the CD, but guaranteed it would not be able to be playable. I would never recommend doing that. And you see how I'm holding it from the sides. I'll never touch the surface of the CD with my hands. This is why it's called CD culture, you know, Moe'S CD culture. It's a celebration of CDs itself, the physical form. Because when you turn it around, you know how the laser side is silver? It's black. It's black. It's jet black. Like, both of these are the exact same thing. You know, I open this up, you'll see it's the, you know, I'm going to put this back in, but it's black. Isn't that crazy? A miniature, they miniaturized the concept of the album and they made it smaller. They made it smaller. Well, that just, again, that kind of blew my mind when that. And before I continue, I want to give a shout out to Frank's Music on Plaza in here in Moncton, right in the same building as Lone McQuaid's music shop. That's where I go I try to go there for all my music needs. I might go to a secondhand store like we have Spin It on Main Street, which sells secondhand good deals. So every now and then I'll go in there to get some CDs. But most often, whenever I can afford to, and I haven't been able to afford to in a while, unfortunately, I wish I could go and get more CDs. But yeah, Frank's, Carl the proprietor, Carl with a K, not with a C. You know, he's a cool dude. You know, you should go and try to support your local mom and pop operations, you know. Support local whenever possible, you know. These big corporations, they're too greedy. They got enough of your money. Support somebody who really earns it, you know. So whenever I can, and these are not CDs you can just go in and find it on the shelf. I ordered these because I wanted them, you know. I love Suzanne Vega. I love her smooth, silky voice, you know. I kind of had a crush on her from the first time I seen her, from that Luca video, you know. She was kind of cute to me, and there was something a little, you know, uneasy about that Luca, you know, video. And when when it first came out, okay, I loved it when this first came out, right? Like, people made fun of me for it. People made fun of because I was listening to Suzanne Vega. Oh, you know. They had different thoughts, you know. People are open-minded nowadays about what people like and dislike, you know. Who knows why you like what you like nowadays, but it doesn't matter, you know. From Iron Maiden to Suzanne Vega to my last episode, The Doors, it doesn't matter what music you're into. I have such a variety of music that I'm going to open this up just to show you also, you know, again, like a record sleeve. You know, I also kept the tab for that one too. You open it up, and then again, it's like the LP, but smaller. You know, all the lyrics again, exactly the same, and a black CD. It's black on both sides. You know, crazy. Like, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So I mean, what the tabs also stand for is these are recorded in a higher bit rate. So with my trusty magnifying glass, where is the information? So high definition remastering at a 96 kilohertz at 24 bits. So these are the best sounding CDs I own. Period. Like, nothing sounds like this. You put this on. I put this on right now. I'm not going to put it on because I don't want any copyright claims or anything like that. But I put this on right now. And it's so crystal clear. Like, especially Tom's Diner, where it's just her singing. It sounds like she's in the room. Singing. In the room. With me. Right next to me. There's no hiss. There's no popping in the background. You hear every breath. You hear every little, like, sound of her mouth clicking. It's incredible how clean and clear. It is the best sounding CDs I own. I don't know if other ones I own are in that, but I know that these, when I put them on the first time and played them, especially this, it's crazy how smooth and beautiful these sound. These are beautiful albums. And if you don't know Suzanne Vega, look into it. It's easy listening. It's not it's not metal or anything like that. She's a darling. More people should know who Suzanne Vega is. In a deleted scene from Pulp Fiction, Mia Wallace asks Vincent Vega if he was related to Suzanne Vega. And he's like, I don't know, I have a cousin named Susan. But whatever. If she's a singer, he doesn't know about it. Well, anyway, so that's it for me for another episode of Moe'S CD Culture Show and Tell. And see you on the flip side. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.